You gotta love the post-apocalyptic world. Either we are hit with the winter storm, or we get hit with the heat wave. I mean, please make up your goddamn mind. But hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Surviving the Aftermath here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel. With me, your host Max. We're gonna give people a big feast so that they are a little bit happier, especially during this negative period of time. But the heat wave has fortunately passed, and soon enough we should be getting into the plus region of our water production, because this is obviously not sustainable. So we are doing the New Alliance DLC, and we are trying to create alliance with all the other factions which are on the map. In case you have missed the playthrough so far, do not fear. Max is here and he has hooked you up with a lovely playlist in the video's description, so you can go and see how we got all the way to here and how hopefully we will be able to keep building up this location even further more. So it seriously seems like the heat wave is still here, goddammit, and I'm kind of struggling to get rid of everything. But my hopes are high, and hopefully due to the heat wave we will not suffer a major drought or a really negative effect of losing a crap ton of people, because they are one of the rarest commodities which you can get. So currently, as we take a look at, for example, the requests or what we have been able to complete and the milestone, we see that we have done quite a lot. Now, the pollution may be going out of our parents, but we should clear all the pollution deposits. That's still a little bit further. And New Dawn is to complete this Doomsday Bunker. Now, to deal with that, we will need to establish 4 outposts, each which will prioritize one of these 4 sections. So we're gonna have to send out our specialists, and they're gonna have to be turned into these specialized settlers, who each are going to be responsible for gathering this specific data. And unfortunately, you cannot really build like more of them. So currently, if we take a look at our closest region, right, we see that over here we have a bunch of raiders who we need to clear out. We have the survivor outposts. These are responsible for gathering people. And actually, I went with the 2 urban areas because, as you can see, if you hover the mouse over here, and then you take a look at the potential survivors or science which you can generate in this region, we had the choice to either produce science or to gather people. And I would always go for the people, because in this game, gathering people is really, really tricky. So science we are able to gather on other locations, and we're gonna have to take a look at some of our spots. So for example, here we are gathering the radiation suits or the protective clothing, because this one we cannot manufacture by ourselves, and the rare elements. Now, the rare elements can actually be, or rare metals, sorry, they can be actually mined from the underground metal deposits, but in order for you to do so, you need to research the automatized mining, and you have to upgrade those mines all the way up. This is our second location which is producing the same type of stuff. So we're actually getting 2 pieces of the protective clothing per day for one of these locations, so we are getting 4 of them at least. In this upper corner, somewhere over here, there are 2 radar stations. Each of these are actually quite great at producing science points. So we are altogether producing just 80 science per 12 hours in here, and so that doubles down, and we have also more locations. Then there are some potential locations where we would be able to gather the fun boxes. This is kind of a bottleneck which we are running into. So currently I do have this location set up over here, but it's not been operational for a long period of time. So I'm afraid 2 scientists or 2 specialists will have to venture out even here, because these are some of the resources which we simply cannot manufacture by ourselves. Now, we are also gathering some weapons, and there are still some cars which can be gathered. And then there are the other locations or the other factions which we need to create alliance with. And hopefully that's going to allow us to be more productive and to push out the enemy out of this territory. Now, unfortunately, sometimes it happens that some of these locations which can be scavenged are in a spot where the other faction is already located, and so it's impossible for you to go there and gather these resources. So we still would be able to go over here theoretically and gather the protective clothing from this modal spot. So that's quite possible. Here we are producing science from another location, and here we are gathering these tools. So there is actually one fun thing which we have not done yet, and there's even an achievement for it. So if you successfully run all 4 convert options in one of these locations, you get an achievement for it. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of considering it. So after our specialists get all healed up, we're gonna have to go and deal with these bandits. Now, there are 6 outposts, and usually these quests do require you to liberate 3 of them at least. So we're gonna have to go and clear out at least 3 of them, and for that I will require 6 specialists. So we're gonna go over here because this is the only location where the time truly passes by. So we do have some happiness issues because the demand is 375, production is 140, and poorly nourished, hungry, tired is the kind of a problem. Anxious, restless, and comfortable shelters, those negate each other, but definitely trying to provide them with more comfortable shelters would be the more advisable thing. Now, the funniest thing is that actually by having the Mall Town Embassy, we gain access to a highly specialized building, and that is the goddamn... Where is it? Where is that thing? Probably it's in the housing section. It's the luxury apartment. Take a look at this goddamn thing. 600 wood, 200 metal, 200 concrete, and 10 of the electronic components. And this thing also requires access to quite strong energy producing source. So we can theoretically hook up the nuclear power plant to the house, but I mean, I'm not sure if the benefit of having the damn thing would be there, because it would literally burn through our like entire wood reserve. And honestly, if I just go with like the 2-story house, this thing cost me only 130 wood. So I would be able to, let's say, demolish 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things, construct those houses, increase the overall population which we can house, increase the comfort levels, because this thing is able to provide much better comfort for our colonists. And that would theoretically play a role. Also, we can do something like build additional, let's say, a movie theater. I don't think we are able to build that just due to the simple lack of the fun boxes. We were barely able to build the goddamn library. Even that was a struggle on its own. Now, if we truly want to, we can go into the trading and see if we can actually exchange these goods with these locations. So we would have to go specifically into each town and see if they do have the offer on their hand. But as you can see here, we have clothes, medication, concrete, food. We have science points. We have the electronic components. These are really, really important. Canville has the fun boxes, so theoretically we can help ourselves over there. Also, Sintown has access to this stuff, so that would be useful. And because we also require to do more trade with Lushtown, Sintown, Coalition, and even Omicron in order to actually gain their full, how should I say this, full reputation, or they would truly believe that we are the right faction for them to line themselves with. Theoretically, this might help. And sure, trade might be a little bit annoying, but if we would be able to, let's say, buy the firewood from them, this alone can give us some slight reputation points. So we still need to reduce the 778 Lush Town negative reputation which they have with us, because we failed at the start to do some of the commitments or do some of these tasks which they requested from us. And honestly, that might not be the biggest problem, but what I'm taking a look at is the fact that we have absolutely zero iodine pills for radiation. We have antibiotics, we have medicine, but we will need to actually gain access to a specific seed which can be grown only inside of the greenhouses themselves, so that we can start producing medicine on our own. And trust me, having a surplus of medicine is gonna be crucial. Now, the fun thing is that these guys do have a crap ton of the electronic components. I'm gonna have to take a look at some stuff. Okay, so these are all the things which we have fulfilled for these factions. Now I can go collect all of these, and they are going to give us additional requests. So they can request us to build buildings for them. They can request us to go deal with raiders for them. They can request our specialists to go to their towns and train their people to be better at defense or whatever purpose. So the new alliance definitely brings a whole bunch of new features, which are quite interesting actually, and I do enjoy them as they bring this new level of difficulty to the game itself. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually go ahead and build those two-story apartments. The benefit of actually us having the shanties is that they do take up the same amount of space as the two-story housing. So that is really great. Now, unfortunately, there are some meteorites, but we should be able to deal with it. And now we are able to build up that water supply yet again. We're gonna have to pump up our water production somehow too, but yeah, there's a couple of things which we would have to take a look at. So I'm trying to figure out if the surveillance van, or which one was it? This mighty bunker includes facilities for staff, safe, explosive, dismantling, sabotage training. Each worker increases chance to prevent sabotage attempt. So we actually do have the bunker, and it's giving us the medium colony protection. And I would like to build probably another one. Problem was with this damn thing, in the actual fact that yeah, this goddamn thing, when I lost a whole bunch of people just due to like starvation or radiation or some bullshit, because
in the colony
radiation showed up and we had an issue. Okay, hold on, there's a bunch of stuff. Silver has been stolen. So we're gonna a theft attempt from unknown source succeeded with silver stolen. Well, we do have 12,000 silver, so it's not affecting me that much, but it does piss me off. So we're gonna have to do more protection, and in order to deal with all this BS, because the factions are just annoying as hell. So I'm thinking this one will not wanna be placed over here. So let's place it like so. And theoretically, we can do like the boosted burner over here. This one should be still covered with this thing. That includes the school and all these other structures. So what we might have to build there is, however, either a large wind turbine, so that we are producing the energy here, and also a potential transistor. So let's do it. Let's build the large wind turbine. These things are awesome. They produce a crap ton of energy. They don't need anything. And I don't think they are actually like affected by some periods that there's just no wind happening or some BS like this. So we should be okay. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna expand our protection here. And this should help us a little bit more in order to prevent the theft. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So these two houses have been constructed, which is awesome. This is all gonna get built hopefully soon. We should have access to all the necessary resources. Wood is currently one of our biggest bottlenecks. but we're trying to address this over here. Now, the problem is this location here is quite good for potential agriculture, and I was actually thinking that maybe I would go with the greenhouses over here, because the greenhouses really don't give a rat's ass about where you grow the food in them. So if we would take like this thing is not affected by this, because you have some sort of growth bed which is just installed inside, and it takes care of like all the agricultural shebang. But I still would want to keep it somehow in some location where I can manage the temperature, I can produce enough energy, and I can provide enough water. So we have radiation for our colonists, which is problematic because we don't have the iodine. Now they can go to, let's say, the medical tent over here or the field hospital, but because we do not have the actual medication, they can still die. So that's something which we will need to take a look at. Also, one more thing. I'm currently not being able to make the bakery because in order to do that, we actually require the large ranch to produce eggs. And if I don't have a surplus of eggs, okay, we have 15 eggs. I have like 2,000 units of goddamn flour. We have 1,000 units of wheat. So the mills will be turning and they will be producing this stuff, but I will require a goddamn bakery in order to actually transform these raw ingredients into the resource with the added value. Now, flour has become quite valuable, especially when it comes to trading. So I'm trying to take a look at what might be the potential ways that I'll be able to use the flour in order to get my grubby hands on certain resources. I'm gonna send out my 6th specialist, leaving only Inuk here because she's a scavenger. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two ladies and make them travel over here. We're gonna take Fritz and Ivy, make them go over here, and Prowler and Rock are gonna go over here to battle it out with another settlement of the bandits. And once they return to our settlement, I'm gonna collect all those commissions from the other factions, and we're gonna see what they're gonna request from us next to be done. So we're gonna put in the baker, and we can also make like goods. Like we can make high quality food, or we can make like, for example, baked goods. Like we can make the Cinnabons or something like this. But for that, we also require milk. And the only way for you to produce milk is to actually have a large ranch. And in that large ranch, what you need to do is actually have cattle, so cows. And those are quite expensive. So, and of course, right after I send out all the other people,
seemingly out of thin air,
they start to attack.
How may I help you?
And I would like to recruit this fighter, although I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to enter or what's going to happen. We do have 2 guard towers installed by the damn doors just to be on the safe side. This actually helps quite a lot, as if the gate falls, which happens quite a lot from now on, we can actually have the additional reinforcements right here so that the bandits don't go inside and wreak havoc on our colony as it currently stands. So energy is being produced, we are in a surplus, and I need to do something about this goddamn comfort or some bullshit, I don't know. I'm really actually contemplating the construction of that goddamn super housing unit, but I just don't know if that's truly the thing which I should be dealing with. Now, besides the medical plant, there's also peanuts, and I believe like one more thing which can be grown inside.
lone van rattles toward the gate.
I'll always take the components because these components can then be turned into the electronics, the third thing in the row after fiber and junk. The electronics are even more high demand resource to be produced. They actually need the electronics facility, and if we take a look at it right now, so for this, the component, we require 10 of the rare metals and 10 plastic, and for this, require 15 goddamn rare elements or metals and 4 goddamn components. So we actually do need components for a lot of construction, and then there are those highly advanced blueprints which we have to still research. So as you can see, in the food production we have researched everything. In the resource production we are maybe missing stuff. So mass production, this is the thing which I was talking about. So if you want to automatize or gain access to those super rare resources, this is what you need to do. So we're going to research these two things so that they can be actually upgraded. And these things actually require like electronic components and other stuff in order to just be maintained. So let's say a meteorite or wildfire or some bullshit happens. In order for the building to run properly, this is what needs to be produced and be in a surplus. So yeah, but right now I'm trying to figure out how the hell am I gonna get some of those resources which we have not yet obtained. I'm gonna queue up a whole bunch of stuff because we have like 1,539 points. Comfortable housing, sure, why the hell not? And then we can go into like the weapons extra workbench, sure. Yeah, we can research either one or the other one. So we can produce our own weapons here. Steam rooms, but we can only like queue up one thing or something in one of these science thingies. So we're gonna have to wait out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where the hell would I want to put my greenhouses and how many of them do I want. And also if we want to already start producing the insects. So these things do cost quite a lot of the electronic components. The infections are quite problematic right now. But I don't know if that one house would actually be able to fix all these issues which we are having. So that's why I'm like trying to figure out what the hell am I gonna do. Decreases birth rate, major happiness bonus. Must be heated during winter. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. These houses can be then upgraded further. I'm trying to think of anything that I can do. A sauna is a great thing to have. This thing requires access to water and it causes pollution, but it helps to deal with the the hygiene. So if we have already like a maintenance depot and a crap ton of stuff which is responsible for production of pollution, building it maybe here would not be the worst thing ever. Question is if we have access to goddamn water here. We can make like a large water tower somewhere. This one is over here. I'm not sure if it would actually reach to that structure. Trying to see if there would be a possibility for me to get over here. The problem which we are currently facing is the fact that we don't have any free workers. So what I'll do is send these survivors to join our colony. They're gonna take their time to get there. But now we're gonna be able to engage the bandits if I click correctly on the damn icons.
Locked and loaded.
So it's better to send 2 specialists to one location because this way you can prevent them from dying. And unfortunately on this playthrough I already did few mistakes where I have lost some specialists, and that can be quite detrimental because the specialists are really needed for certain things. But this is really pissing me off. Didn't we have like more people or something? We have only 18 children, so it's really not like in other games where people are just humping like crazy. I seriously need to do welfare and comfort affects colony happiness. Poorly nourished. We need to do something with this food nonsense BS because it's driving me insane. But I mean, we do have access to, yeah, we need to do more of these things. The mess halls. We need to build more of those so that we can actually be producing the stuff that they need. So we are already creating the mixed meals, and these things consume both the meat, the vegetable, and the firewood, and we produce like 12 from all these resources, which is absolutely great, but I don't think we are actually effectively turning enough of this stuff fast enough into these meals, because yeah, it's just not showing itself that way. We do have these smaller cookhouses which are able to help out with like only making the basic meals or other BS like that, but in the long run, we do need these mess halls in order to ramp up that food production. Fish or meat is accessible, so there should not be issue with that. I'm really thinking that I'm gonna build another mess hall over here. It doesn't really matter where you build it, you just need to produce those resources. It's not that the house needs to be super close to the mess hall or some other BS in order for it to function properly. So don't worry about stuff like that. I'm thinking about building these bore wells. These things actually are capable of mining out water from the underground. A large water tank. And the large water storage maybe too. And we cannot really... Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Build a path like this. So once this is hooked up to the goddamn stuff, we're gonna put in the production. This should all be functional. This is connected to the transistor, so it's working. We have increased our water, and once this is produced or constructed, it's gonna start to accumulate water. You should be able to make this vegetable meals. I want those high quality mixed meals. So they will have to go fetch the goods, and we should have like a storage over here. There's a crap ton of fish, and there are also veggies, and there should be some veggies nearby here too. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Is this thing operational now? Yes, it is. And we are gonna need to hook it up to some water. And holy crap, we're gonna have a winter storm soon on our hands. So I really hate the winter storm because it is the most frequent catastrophe which you are gonna experience here during your time with the game. And the biggest nuisance about this thing is that it lasts a crap ton of time. Like, it's not even funny how long this thing can last and affect your overall playthrough. And if you don't have sufficient firewood, and if you don't have your buildings heated up, like, I even need to have a goddamn boosted heater here next to a goddamn nuclear power plant so my people are not cold and they don't suffer with like hypothermia or some other bullshit which would make them sick. And we are producing chickens and these things. Okay, so we have successfully defeated them.
We won the battle.
So these three, if they're gonna be dealt with,
We won the battle.
that should be mission complete.
Sorry, can't do that.
Ready.
So we're gonna return the specialist back home.
Consider it done.
Your orders? Sorry, can't
Yes?
do that.
Not going to happen. Yep. Sorry, not gonna
I'm
work.
trying to think where the hell am I gonna send Inuk. This location with the antibiotics seems like the right spot.
Huh?
Send her out.
Reporting.
And you're gonna go
Okay.
and scavenge this stuff. Why do you have to take such a dumbass route though? Like, this would
Can't do
be
Can't complete the order.
so much more effective. You should not have to like go all the way around, goddammit. Should not have to go all the way around. One thing which I want to do, okay, there's something.
One of the colonists is...
Send her to the medic. So unfortunately we still don't have iodine, so I can go suck a big fat one. But hopefully I'll be able to address that.
There are survivors at the gate.
Survivors at the gates, I'll take them.
Ragged bunch. Shuffle.
Actually, we do get some fun boxes out of it. And here goes the winter storm. So one benefit of actually you having the greenhouses is that the winter weather does not have any goddamn effect on the crops. As long as you can provide water and electricity to these damn things, what's gonna happen is that they're just gonna keep on producing throughout all of this stuff. And the new Alliance DLC has also introduced some new scenarios where you have to deal with like constant winter and other bullshit, so you have to forage and hunt food, and there are like possibilities for you to discover some pre-built greenhouses which you have to hook up to electricity, water, and all this stuff. So if you are able to do that successfully, then of course you are going to be able to produce food or medication or whatever you might require. I'm kind of afraid about the firewood situation though, to be honest. We do have the logging camps, 2 of them over here, but if they are able to produce enough of this stuff, I don't know. Now, I do tend to prefer to use the goddamn logging camps because the burners, they burn through quite a lot of wood. But the thing is, if I would go with like the industrial radiator or some other BS, the thing is, these things need to be hooked up to power, and if you have especially some sort of issues with your power grid, or if you cannot constantly supply a surplus of energy, let's say I would be lacking this goddamn nuclear power plant which produces 70 energy. If I would not have this damn thing, I would need to build a whole bunch of wind turbines or other things, and you cannot build like a wind turbine farm. And the solar panels, they do suffer with the actual capability to like break down quite a lot. So I really hate to use the solar panels in this game. And if it's the smaller wind turbines, if you don't have certain upgrades researched, they will also break down rather easily. So like the best source of energy production so far seems to be the large wind turbine, and of course the goddamn nuclear power plant. But the nuclear power plant is only part of the DLC, so if you don't have it, and if you are not fully aligned with one of these factions, specifically the Canville, which gave us the blueprint, then you are still, well, fucked, and you won't be able to produce this stuff. So, yeah, fun stuff. Okay, 91 pollution. We do actually have pollution 346 stored away. But the funniest thing is that before the DLC, you were able to trade the pollution for other goods. You can still trade pollution, but right now, actually the pollution has a use. So it's used directly for the fuel for the power plant. And that is why I'm keeping it. And tell them threats are not tolerated. No matter what I do with these idiots, I can never make my people happy, so it just sucks that way. I'm trying to look for those other things which I would be able to potentially... Heated house. Okay, let's go with that. Supreme shielding. Steam rooms. Let's go with that. And I'm really considering doing some trade or something. Why do you insist of going around, goddammit?
Can't complete order.
That's such a bullshit. I don't get this.
You got it.
That's pissing me off so much. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, there's cases in this game where, let's say I would decide to demolish this scavenger outpost. You will probably not be able to build another outpost in this region just because you already had one here before. I ran into this issue while playing the game, and it's quite annoying. Then the next thing is that if you have like a building in a spot such as this one, so you are like locked in, you have to go around the whole mountain range, which will take you a whole nother week to go there in order to just get to some goddamn antibiotics, and our firewood situation is just horrible. God damn it, I need some freaking firewood. I cannot believe I'm saying it, but it is true. So whoever has firewood and some other bullshit, which I need, I'll go and take it. I think if I trade with them, was it the firewood that time which gave me the reputation? Now it's the science points. It actually can give me almost 100 points of reputation, so screw it. We'll go for it. And look at this. Flour is crazy valuable. Like, I'm giving them, like, let's say 400 of this stuff. I cannot type in the number, which is a little upsetting. That would probably be great. So I am gonna get like 1,500 almost silver back and the reputation. But I'm gonna grab all their firewood, and I don't know if I have the wax worms already obtained. Carrots grow fast, blah blah blah. It's not seeds. I would prefer seeds. I do have soybeans. Soybeans are used to produce medication as well. We can get a car theoretically. I'll probably take the pigs. So let's go with the pigs, firewood, and the sciencey points. And let's take a look at someone else. So you have bread, you have cattle. Cattle is highly valuable. 3 of them, 40 clothes. How many protective clothes do we have? Protective clothes, we have only 3, but we are able to provide sturdy clothing and basic clothing to our people. So there's that. Concrete, good tools, electronics, and Omicron would be probably nice to trade with. We do have a crap ton of plastic. Let's take a look at what do we get if we trade for some of this stuff. Fuck it, I'll take it. It's 263 reputation points. That's a lot. Let's take the fiber too, even though we are producing a crap ton of it. And I want the components. And I want the electronics. And this will cost me 1,498 of the goddamn silvers. Which is why I also want to kind of protect them. I should grab some of these mixed meals too, since we're here. And the best thing is, all I have to do is like give them a crap ton of fish. Look at this. I give them 1,112 fish, and it's 2,100 silver. And then I can pay the rest off with like some flour. And I get a crap ton of money back. We can go for more sheep. I would actually have to pay them now. So let's just give them more. Now we're making more money ourselves. So this is quite the big transaction here. It's gonna give us 268 points of reputation, so that's really great. And it's gonna take a couple of days for all these supplies to return to our location.
Yep. Not going to happen. Uh-huh.
Okay, so we need to return to the colony.
Can do.
How may I help you?
I accidentally clicked on the settlement instead of our actual town. So that's why they're standing here like a bunch of dum-dums.
Consider it done.
Yes? Okay.
So all of them are gonna return. We're gonna go over here. And I'm gonna start claiming all these rewards. And we're gonna soon be bombarded with new ones. So hopefully we're gonna be able to go out and help out the others. Or potentially we can mess around with some of them and see if we can do those convert missions. Sure. I haven't even read it, but I don't care. Some of these things, especially at the start, can be quite helpful because they do give you access to certain resources or increase the happiness. No free carriers left. That's problematic because that means we cannot be moving stuff around, and that can have negative effect on stuff. We have a crap ton of food. We have lots of water. We're producing surplus of energy, but we just don't have the people. We're making the meals. We're waiting for more people to show up to help out. The problem is right now, if I would like decide to go with the greenhouses, I would be fucked because I would just not have the manpower to like work at these things. So it still has like effect on everything. I just really am starting to wonder if I'll have to switch to the actual electric grid heating for maybe like a portion of these things. in order to rely less on the firewood and more on the power grid. Like, worst case scenario, I'll just build another freaking nuclear power plant that will just pump in another 70 points of energy, which would be just absolutely freaking ridiculously amazing.
A messy-looking woman informs the rest.
Let her try. Okay, we're gonna get some sciencey points out of it. Awesome. We have 168 people. We have stopped theft. Some people have grown into their elderly phase and so on and such. We're gonna need more goddamn storage, and I'm seriously thinking that fuck it, I'll just go with the radiator if I'll be able to, because these buildings require heating apparently. I just need to make sure that it's like connected to a power grid. And there's that large ass transformer. You know what, fuck it, let's go with the large one just for the hell of it. Industrial radiator. This thing is massive. We're gonna see how effective this thing is and how much does it drain our power grid, and if it's like a sustainable thing or if it's gonna completely screw me over. Worst case scenario, we can build another wind turbine over here, although I'm not sure if it's gonna negatively affect the effectiveness of this one. So because the actual sphere of influence would be like almost halfway through affected, it would be probably better for me to build it down here or something like that. We're trying to look for like a spot for these damn buildings.
There's a new quest available.
And I also want to make sure that these underground deposits are still going to be accessible because, trust me, they're going to be kind of crucial. You have 2 cemeteries because at what time in one of the previous episodes I lost like a crap ton of people.
Long-distance communications were severely hit in the aftermath. As TVs, radio stations, and telephones fell silent, people became more isolated than ever.
Some of the more industrious survivors have been trying to restore long-distance comms between societies, albeit with little luck. So when a faint, crackling signal starts repeating a set of faraway coordinates in a transceiver, everyone's rather surprised. We're gonna send out someone to check out those coordinates, and we already have 2 commissions. So, looks like Omicron here is willing to give us their actual embassy.
The colony has gained the...
So I'm gonna do that, and Best Friends Forever achievement is obtained, and then we have to deal with some freaking wild animals. So let's go take a look at that. So there's the wild deer. We're gonna need to send them to Sintown. It can take a few days, so preferable would be to take like 2
How
people.
may I help?
Make sure they are accessible. We need to build the goddamn embassy for Omicron. And it would be preferable to build it somewhere where we can actually accommodate it. So, unfortunately, this thing takes up a weird space, so I don't want to like cram it in some dumbass location, but if I'll have to, then I'll just freaking have to. What can I do, I guess? And theoretically, I'm thinking if I would destroy this goddamn heater, and instead of it, I would build in the industrial heater, which we are constructing over moi. It might be a little bit more. Energy consumption is only 4 points, so I think that would be actually a rational choice. I want to destroy also this 1 square of the floor or the road. And we are gonna go build this thing over here. And then we can build the Unfortunately, these 2 embassies are already like landlocked here. I'm not gonna be moving them around. There's no reason for it. But I can build the other embassy over here. And I do wonder, what do we gain access to for having this? So, Academy, a center of learning and higher education. The Academy provides a major boost to the colony's scientific efforts. It drains considerable amount of resources, but the breakthroughs are well worth it. Now, this would be probably best to have at the start. The simple reason is that if you have like a crap ton of stuff to be researched, like I have almost 3,000 goddamn points to research just now, it would be probably beneficial for me. But if I have like certain sequences or certain sections completely researched, I just might not see the benefit of this. So I don't know. All these things are done as well. We're gonna consider it. We are gonna consider it.
How may I help? Engaging hostile.
Huh? All right. Locked and loaded.
You know what I'm actually thinking? You two are gonna just get there.
Your orders. Not going to happen.
And then potentially attack this damn thing.
Yes?
Inuk, in 3 days, she's gonna be able to reach the antibiotics. Thank God. Actually, we do have antibiotics. We need iodine, but it seems like I have scavenged all the goddamn iodine of the face of the earth. Although there is this one location with 28 pills, which would get used up in a matter of seconds. And then there's this location with 35 iodine pills. So we still might be able to maybe scavenge a thing or two. Question is if we have someone with decent scavenging. 150%, yes. Scavenger, 150%, yes. Okay, so these two lovely ladies are gonna have to travel to these distant corners of the world and fetch me that iodine, and hopefully they're not gonna die in the process, because that would just piss me the hell off. But we need that iodine before we're able to produce it by ourselves. And the problem here is I still don't see anyone offering the goddamn seeds. Those seeds can be only obtained through trading. So if we won't get the trading, we are gonna be quite doomed. 170 people almost, and we need more.
Alliance offer available.
Okay. So Sintown,
The colony has gained the...
we can build another
You
goddamn
may now form the Federation.
Sintown embassy. Diplomatic quarter. It's another achievement. I want to see what do we get for this. House of Joy. It, whoo, crap. The fun thing is I don't have the fun boxes. Actually, fuck it, we do. God damn, okay, I want to try this thing because it seems to produce 150 happiness. God damn it, that's a lot of goddamn happiness. We can accommodate 232 people, so I'm thinking these shanties are gonna go bye-bye. People are gonna be accommodated in these large two-story houses. And the House of Joy, and the House of Lannister, and the House of Greyjoy, and God knows how many more there were, is gonna be placed over here. We're gonna burn through our entire fun box reserve, goddammit. It'd be probably a great idea for me to make more.
Ready.
Is there a blueprint which these societies are requesting? Does not seem to be the case. So if this thing is gonna really deliver on what it's capable of potentially doing, it might be able to boost the happiness a little bit more.
There are survivors at the gate.
Fuck, I don't see it happening. We don't have anyone inside! No!
Ragged bunch. Shuffle slow.
2 people are injured, but we do have the medication required, even though some of them are trying to wreak some havoc and do some BS. They're seriously trying to tell me that I have constructed this really goddamn expensive blueprint, and for the love of God, I won't be able to have anyone work inside of it. No! I was hoping that one person would actually be able to come and help here, goddammit. This is annoying as hell. Okay, is the bakery even making the damn bread? Like, seriously, what the hell are you guys doing here? I do wonder. No free workers. That's just breaking my heart. Okay, let's see if we can bring in more people. 9 out of 10. Screw it. 10 out of 10. Yep.
Your orders?
You go scavenge that location.
Yes?
So Enoch is already gathering that, and Ivy and the rest are just gonna take forever to reach their location for those iodine pills, and we do need those goddamn iodine pills. Now, the thing is, actually, before the DLC was launched, there was at least the option that if you were trading with other factions, you were able to get these resources. Yes, there was the problem with the fact that it takes a crap ton of time for the shipments to arrive to your settlement and all this other BS, but you were still able to access them. Thinking about replacing these goddamn heaters so that we are not burning through the firewood with the industrial radiators. It burns only through like 4 points of energy. And I don't know, it might be more effective. But the thing is, I'm gonna have to build a goddamn large transformer somewhere in here in order for me to actually accommodate the industrial radiator in here. And I have to hold shift if I want to build more of these blueprints simultaneously, so that it does not return me to like the construction menu and so on and such. And actually demolish these ones, because it's gonna be just probably more effective to use this goddamn monstrosity.
We have bandits at the gate.
Again?
Your command. Yep.
Wait, I want you to just reach this goddamn thing, not go outside of the damn gates.
An unusually aggressive group of...
We have 4 people. The gate is going down. Crap, they're gonna be able to break in. But we have the additional reinforcements, so we're able to hold our ground here. 196 people is what we have access to, and we have some free workers. So currently, we should be a-okay. I would love to build like a wind turbine here or something to ramp up the wind production. Damn it! This is too damn big. I would have to demolish the road. Fuck. What? Aw, man! Son of a bitch. Okay, well, I fucked it up. Probably the 2 got there and they just did not engage the goddamn deer. Or something. I don't know. Why are you 2 over here? Like, are you gonna do something or what's the deal? Like, you are almost dead. Why the hell are you not back at the colony? I don't know. Okay, you are gathering the iodine.
All right.
You are quite far away from the iodine.
Mission complete.
You were able to gather this. So the question is there anything else which you can salvage? You would take 5 damage per 12 hours, so that's... She would take 10 damage. She can totally grab this. So when in Rome, let's go and fetch it. I'm kind of worried about all these roaming raiders, but hopefully they're not gonna attack her. That would really piss me off. And I do want to clear out these locations here.
Yep. Showtime.
So since you two are already here and I fucked up the thing about the deers, we're gonna be able to clear out this location. And once you clear out these raiders and these forts, you're gonna actually see if there's something usable. So for example, this thing is a biome marshland, so there are really low survivors. There's some science points to be obtained, but we can potentially start doing the medical or the medicine output or the defense output in this region. And we're gonna have to start taking a look at these other sectors to see what they can provide for us, because we're gonna need them. We are gonna need them. Medicine, this one produces nothing.
Reporting. What do we have here?
The coordinates from the radio signal lead to a small cabin in the woods with a large tent-like structure next to it. The cabin itself is dark and silent, but all sorts of crackles and radio noise echoes from the tent. Inside, there's the man in front of a large radio transmitter, headphones over his ears. The man jolts and nearly falls off his chair when he's grabbed. Sorry, you caught me by surprise there. I'm Jerry. I've been working on long-wave radio transmitter for a while now. Ask about the signal. Yeah, that was me. I'm basically trying to get the contact through different bandwidths. Radio amateurs were using before, trying to find others to link up with. His plan of reforming regional communications is ambitious, but it hasn't planned out just yet. Look, I got some extra stuff stockpiled in the cabin. I could spare one box so you can get your own comms up and maybe help the cause. Check the bag. So we can grab different things. We can go with 20 components, 30, what is this, parts? And for the junk, we can go with 35 components. Then we can get 30 parts and 50 rare metals. 20 components, 30 parts, and 14 durable tools. Now we actually have 224 durable tools, so I think I'll go with the second box. And we're gonna return you to the colony. And what I would like to do is see if we can send out some of these fighters into the world and clear out other potential bandit locations. So we need to build a gate fortification. So for that, we need to go into one of these huts. And this thing will consume 200 wood, 100 metal, 10 guns. You guys have already cleared out the goddamn pollution? Son of a biscuit. Okay. 2 pollution spots. This is gonna keep you busy for a while. 107 and 48. A crap ton of underground deposits, but the negative thing is that they are so goddamn far. It's a nightmare, logistically speaking. Okay, sciencey stuff. Surge protectors are protecting you from lightning. Headquarters can be upgraded, fuck it. And medicine production is what we need. And this is the plant which we will require. So I don't know if we can gain the access to this thing only after we have researched the medicine production. But it will at least motivate me to get to that goddamn thing. Happiness bonus. Yeah, you guys are gonna live in these things. Sorry. Once we have the upgrades for the heated houses, these things are a little bit more effective. And you are gonna get demolished so that we are stockpiling that damn firewood. Maybe like a basic radiator will do the trick here. No! Oh, for fuck's sake, what did I destroy? Funhouse or something. A shrine? Was it a shrine? I think it was a shrine. It was some BS. I'm not sure if I will have the goddamn fun boxes. Seems like the pollution was too much and damn it to hell. Okay, so these two gentlemen will need to go and look for some raider location
Check.
in 8 days. In 10 days. Jesus Christ, you don't have that many action points, I'm assuming.
Yep. Sorry, can't do that. Yep.
Still fighting it out, but soon that should be cleared out. So we will see, we will see. Like I said, I'm staying over here so the time is passing. The actual science is being conducted, or the research is being conducted. This one would be probably better to be upgraded because that way it's a little bit more effective. But by reducing all this demand for the firewood, we're able to stockpile it. Yet, on the other hand, because I have invested into so many goddamn radiators, I have burned through my entire reserve of the electronic components. And that makes me think... Okay, antibiotics, medication, and fuel. And even science can be done here. Awesome.
Okay.
Return to colony.
What's up?
Return to colony. So defense, we can do theoretically either the ecosystem or the life support here. So ecosystem, life support, and defense. Those three can be done in this region alone. But for us to do that, we need to build... I think it's this. Staging area to assemble resources and convert specialists into engineers. Staging area is dismantled when an engineer is created. So these are the specialized buildings which are going to produce that resource. So we're going to build it because it can be done. We can turn Dame into the first specialist ever. Do have some free workers right now. 212 housing. Makes me think I should probably consider doing some fun stuff. And I'm really considering this luxury apartment. Like, the thing is, it occupies a little bit too much goddamn space.
Taken over an outpost.
And that's a bad thing, because if the hostiles take care of my outpost, then the outpost is no longer producing the goddamn resource. So science is stopped, production of certain resources is stopped, and you never know which specific goddamn outpost they are talking about. These two science locations usually are left alone, so that's awesome. This one is left alone so far, but these bastards might try to occupy this location with the components. Okay, they really like to take over the settlement outposts here. I don't know why, but these are some really sturdy rivals, so we're gonna have to actually deal with the enforcers and send in 2 of our specialists at least to take care of them. Okay, one thing which I want to see is who has components. Seems like only Omicron is offering. So I'll take it. We do have sheep. If I would sell them fuel, it would actually reduce the reputation. Fuck it, let's give them a crap ton of this, and I don't need fuel. The fisheries are crazy at how much food they produce. You just have to make sure that you are actually like turning it into more valuable resource, like meals and so on and such. Okay, I'm trying to look for anything that I might need. Firewood, I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't see anything that would give me reputation with them. Allied, positive, allied. Friendly and positive. Coalition is still the biggest problem for me. 912. If I get medicine and the hunting rifles from them, even though it's completely pointless, I would get only like 50 reputation points. I can sell them automatic weapons. So that would be that. These are produced by the settlement. Give you some fish. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to go to that coalition location and see if we can do those damn covert missions. Although I'm not really sure what that would do for my benefit right now. Like, I don't want to piss them off. That's the thing which I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about where the hell am I going to build this luxury apartment shenanigan. I think I'm going to build it over here where these two shanties are. Because they're not even upgraded, so fuck it. Let's go for the luxury apartment nonsense. It's going to be expensive as hell. So I'm really hoping it's going to be worth the money or the resources it will require. Because that's a lot of freaking resources, man. Create an engineer. So we have our first freaking engineer, and it's showing us on the map which location is specifically producing which thing. But you can only produce one thing in each of the regions specifically. You cannot produce two simultaneously, if I recall correctly. So I was thinking here we would go with that ecosystem, here with the life support, and here with the defense. And I don't know, somewhere around here was maybe where I saw the medicine. Yeah, so medicine can be done over here. So let's go and do ecosystem. It's gonna take a while for her to get there. But as more engine or specialists return, they're gonna be able to transition into that role. I'm gonna have to build another engineering outpost here. We're gonna need 4 of them. And once those things are constructed, it's then a question of a crap ton of time which needs to pass in order for us to actually get 100%. And these things are required in order for the goddamn Doomsday Bunker to reach that necessary finish line. Request has been completed, so we're gonna close it and we're gonna see if they're gonna request some other nonsense from us. These two need to heal up.
Mission complete.
Okay, wonderful. So return home because this wild animal can actually attack you. That's the addition of the New Alliance DLC. That and these bastards over here, these rival enforcers. They are the menace on our society and on our lands. Now the fun thing is that I do have medicine, but that can only treat the injuries. Academy would be nice, but don't see the reason for it. Trying to look where exactly is the medicine production. I think it might be over here in the products. I think we can actually upgrade this thing. Wait, does it require energy? Yeah, it does, but it's in the range, so fuck it, let's give it to them. These luxury houses, they occupy a crap ton of space. Even more than the 2-story houses, so I don't think I'll be relying on them that much. Damn it, I cannot cram in this goddamn wind turbine here. Fudge! That sucks. Can we build maybe another shrine over here or something in order to help with the happiness? No. No. Damn it! Maybe something smaller, memorial. Do you have the fun box? A brawler pit will not fit in here. Public house will not fit in here. Shrine won't fit in here. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Maybe it is the fact that I do need to build like a goddamn greenhouse or some BS in order for me to gain access to the freaking thing. Okay, create engineer. And you, my dear friend, you can go over here for the medicine. And we are gonna build that thing again. And we're gonna turn Hex into another engineer.
New requests available.
Basement. They want a basement, huh? Let's see if we have the resources for this shindig. 100, 120, 30. Yeah, we do have a crap ton of fiber.
The dead rats are considered to be more of a nuisance than an actual threat to well-defended colonies. However, their numbers have recently begun to rise at an alarming rate.
They appear in large numbers and force everyone to join them. They have also taken control of several remote locations, such as old farms, to create supply for their growing needs. So we're gonna have to liberate those farms, which is maybe not the most effective thing to be doing right now, but funk it, we kind of do need it. Once this is constructed, Axe is gonna be our next engineer, and she's gonna go over there. So we can build the outpost here. Efficiency 95%. Production 0.68 per 24 hours. And we need to reach 100%. So in 100 days, we would get to 68%. And we need 100%. Damn it! Damn it! Question is if we would actually produce more if we would travel here. So life support 90% efficiency. No potential. 98%. 92%. I think I'll go with the 98%, man.
Consider it done.
So we're building the defense outpost, and in 100 days, we're gonna get somewhere. And we're gonna need fighters, not scientists. Although we can theoretically send this guy to science the living hell out of those locations. But I would rather have fighters. Okay, the problem here is the energy consumption is getting out of hand. And I mean, I can build the goddamn solar panel, but I'm not a huge fan. I would much rather have the large wind turbine here. So fuck it, let's make it. And the worst case scenario is that we can build like a bunch of these outhouses or something in here as well, so that they don't have to travel God knows where. Because this thing is quite far out. And it can actually serve quite a lot of people. I don't think 4 people would be pushing themselves into one shower. That would be quite weird. I don't think they would be washing their backs or something, so yeah. This thing is still in phase 1. That's just great.
All done.
Okay, so you need to now return, my dear.
Okay.
How may I help?
Okay.
Showtime, yes? Negative.
Oh, for fuck's sake, seriously?
What's up?
You with that lack of action points, that's just driving me nuts. He alone will not survive going against these guys, so you need to really get there and help him out.
New requests available.
2 engineers are out in the world. Basement, lone A specialist. Damn it. 96% efficiency. What are the chances I would travel over here and it would increase? So here it's 96. 95. We're going with the 96 over here. And you need to go to one of these spots. Don't remember how much it's producing for ecosystem. But we will see. We will see. You need to get healed up. In 3 days, we're gonna get another potential recruit. Might need more storage. Not enough space, huh? Damn. Oh, let's build the road.
We've made a new discovery.
It's not letting me do the road. I don't know what to tell you.
There are survivors at the gate.
So medical lab can be done, but yeah, we need the medicinal plant for that.
Ragged bunch shuffles slowly.
Scavenger, I'll take her. These guys are injured, so the medicine can be used. 223 is what we can accommodate, population-wise. Energy is up, but we're like barely scraping by. So the idea here is to destroy these things. Fucking hell, nuclear fallout. And without the iodine pills, we're gonna be seriously boned.
Theft attempt prevented.
Nice. You guys are making me proud. Unfortunately, I cannot really raise the production here that much. We have only 6 people available for moving stuff around and blah blah blah. I do wonder. We're gonna need to do something with our energy production. That solar
Hostiles
panel
have taken over an outpost.
would not do jack squat. And oh yeah, fuck, I totally forgot about one of the outposts too. Okay, so both of the settlement outposts are now occupied.
On the back.
So close, and this stuff is here. Question is if these idiots would be able to deal with these idiots and not die.
Right away. Reporting in. Locked and loaded, yes?
Let's see. Let's see. We will see. Oh, so this one is already generating this. Okay. So this one is for the defense. We have the one for the medicine. Oh yeah, I want to build this one. 96 for medicine. So that's
Outpost is now complete.
defense, medicine, efficiency 18%. Hell no, what are you, crazy? Let's see over here. I don't know if I will be able to build an outpost since we already have this one for production of both tools and weapons here. I don't think that's going to allow me to be done. I know it's a different type of an outpost, but still the game has certain limitations. So, houses are being constructed. We have the bread. We don't have the meals. That's pissing me off. cannot build the bakery here.
Something unusual.
Search and arm the colonists. We cannot harvest things. Okay, let's harvest all of this nonsense because, yeah, the radiation, damn it. That thing is nasty as hell. So I should have probably already started gathering that stuff, but I kind of dropped the ball on that one. I would love to do another ranch here. We're gonna upgrade it too. This is gonna be absolutely horrible. We do have 27 iodine pills. Our water consumption is going down dramatically fast. Deadly fanatics. Oh fuck, I'm supposed to loan a specialist too. Theoretically, you can go and help out. Because you actually will not be under any danger, so you can theoretically on the way back with the iodine stop here and do that quest.
Yes.
You two are still battling it out. 91%. 95%. 91% is not the best thing. Maybe I will have to travel over here. It's a risk. I'll have to take it. Domino can be theoretically turned into the last specialist like this. I seriously don't think the game will allow me to produce more than just one. Like, after you build those 4 settlements or outposts, like, this building will become non-existent in your list of structures. I was hoping I would be able to build a goddamn bakery in here. Federation can now be formed. Form Federation. Luxury apartments, House of Joy, birth rate plus 20%. Total allied population is 19,080 or 1,980, sorry. And total hostile population 825. I think I would rather have a little bit more in order to rival control from failed requests. Yeah. Hostile covert action stop. Reputation is no longer gained or lost via request. Large but temporary happiness boost. Spoils of war to be divided between allies. Spoils of war. Resources your rival is forced to leave behind when the Federation is formed. The more allies you have, the smaller your personal share. Your current share with 4 allies would be 1,771 silver, 89 components, 31 parts, 36 protective clothing, 37 durable tools or superior tools, 11 rifles, 67 fun boxes, 128 fuel. I would rather still try to maybe do a little bit more, especially with the coalition. The Deadly Fanatics, that's gonna be problematic because I just simply don't have maybe people.
How may I help?
What's up?
That are gonna be able to go and do that stuff. But right now, what I'm kind of terrified of is that we have 63 irradiated colonists. All our iodine is gone. Those 63 people can seriously die from the radiation poisoning because we simply lack access to the production of the goddamn iodine pills. And none of these bastards are allowing me to gain access to the goddamn blueprint for the seeds. So I really wonder if I actually have to start constructing the goddamn greenhouses in order to be eligible to gain access to this freaking thing. Insects farm, greenhouse. This thing requires 1 energy.
We've made a new discovery.
Let's see, we're gonna put down 2. We're gonna start seeing some deaths now.
Colonist died. Colonist died. Colonist
These
died.
things need to be hooked up to water, if I recall correctly, as well.
Colonist died.
And we're gonna, like, lose a bunch of people now because we don't have the
Colonist
iodine.
died.
Sucks.
Colonist died.
But I cannot trade for the goddamn thing, so
Colonist died.
it's kind of fucked
Colonist died.
in this way. This is gonna also negatively affect us because our production is gonna go to shit. Like, we're gonna start losing people.
Colonist died.
And because I don't have access to those 2 outposts, that can also negatively affect me.
Colonist died. Colonist died.
So this guy will need to travel somewhere in order to produce that last shebang. This guy is almost here. We have to be careful about the incoming raid for Coalition. Awesome.
Won the battle.
So we were at least able to clear out these 2 spots. These 2 need to return back home safely.
Your command.
So I'm already seeing that there's gonna be a request from Coalition, and if I fuck up that request, that's really bad. Can you, like, give me the menu to return back home and stop pissing me off?
Sure thing.
So we're still missing life support and ecosystem, huh? Life support and ecosystem can be done over here. So this scout can theoretically scout out these 2 locations and tell us which one will be better. You are doing this commission. That's great. So Lush Town is done. The incoming raid is the problem, which I have. So
Okay.
What you need? Of course.
preemptively, we're gonna send the 2 over here. And the 2 should be enough. How much damage do you deal? 12 damage.
Sounds good.
Fuck it, let's send her as well. Now we have to be careful though, because the attacking rate can actually switch target, and instead of trying to attack the town of Coalition, it can actually kill one of your specialists if they're caught off guard. So yeah, that's fun stuff too. That is some funky stuff too. Like, even this raid can theoretically switch to one of these 2 idiots if they would be close fast enough, so I'll have to monitor that situation. But I think we have covered quite a lot already on this episode, so I'm gonna probably leave it off here. And on the next one, we're gonna try to gain more supplies or more of our lovely supporters, which might in return give us the chance to well, you know, create that coalition. Maybe the yield will be smaller, but having more allies might be more beneficial. So at the end of the day, we will see. Now, this concrete extractor has actually depleted all of the stuff in here. So that means we're just gonna demolish it. This school needs to be cleared out, and we are lacking a goddamn teacher. We lost like 30 people to the iodine or the radiation poisoning. I don't care that you're unhappy, but it's rather that you aren't unhappy that you get injured, so screw you. And yeah, so if you want to see how it's gonna turn out and what's gonna start happening and whatnot, then make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. And hopefully that's gonna allow us... How the hell do I have access to the herbs already? I'm so confused. But yeah, the herbs are gonna be required in order for us to start producing the medication. And we're gonna have to send out these 2 in order to start dealing with the settlement tents or the outposts which have been captured, so that we can start bringing in more people. So lots of stuff needs to happen, and hopefully I will see you at that episode or in the comments, or if you want me to take a look at some other games, let me know through the comment section. That is exactly what they are for. So let's see, life support 99%. Holy shish kebab. Okay, that's awesome. And ecosystem 99%. God damn. Okay, holy crap, these two locations are absolutely awesome.
Okay.
So we're gonna build one over here for the ecosystem.
Outpost is now complete.
The second one here for the life support. And we're golden. It's gonna take like over 100 days, so it's gonna be over a year for us to actually get all these things accomplished. And if you like want to get some of those highly specific quests, you need to do covert missions, and I really hate the fact that we did not get to do those, but it's okay. So basement has been constructed. Build okay, trading post. So let's build that. We do have access to the wood, to the metal, and we do have the fuel. Okay, so yeah, lots of stuff to happen, lots of stuff to get done. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye for now.